Wait. Hold up. Stop the music. Hang on. Stop everything. Hi, everyone. Keoni here. This is a special bonus episode. So here's the backstory. When we got together to record episode 90, which was intended to be our holiday episode, talking about all of the things that you could buy for the haunters in your life for Christmas or Hanukkah or whatever you're celebrating, Leslie and I got sidetracked because the movie Wicked just came out. We're both huge Wicked fans. We are theater fans. We're theater kids. And we had to talk about it. And we ended up talking about it for like 45 minutes. And if I were to leave that as in the episode ended up being like 2.5 hours long. So what I've done instead is extract our conversation about Wicked, and we're going to leave that as its own standalone bonus episode for your listening enjoyment. If you have no interest in hearing about our thoughts on Wicked because, you're a Halloween fan and you come to us for Halloween-related content, that's fine. That's why it's a bonus episode. I will not have my feelings hurt if you don't listen to it. But we wanted to put it out there because we are very passionate about the movie. We very passionate about musical theater, and we had to talk about it. So feel free to skip over this episode. Go check out episode 90, where we are talking about all the products that we love that we would love to receive as gifts for the holidays. Otherwise, I hope you appreciate our take on the movie Wicked. Well, let's move on from that chaos.
Okay, how would you guys like to talk about Wicked?
Oh
Yes,
my
please.
God.
So good.
It was so freaking good. I need to preface everything I'm about to say by I need to put this in context. Wicked is my favorite musical. Hands down, period, all time, right? And I have seen it on Broadway, I think three, 4 times now. I've caught it touring like 4 or 5 times. And every time I see it, it still gives me the same rush of emotions as the first time I saw it.
Chills. That intro chord.
It is so freaking perfect. I adore it. It is iconic. Legitimately, it is iconic. They actually celebrated their 20th year on Broadway this year. The show has been, I know, isn't that crazy? I got the t-shirt for the 20-year t-shirt because we went and saw it over Labor Day. So I was so excited for this movie. I knew that, we'd been hearing bits and pieces of the preparations of this movie for years. And I was so worried that they would not be able to do it justice because how often do you really look forward to a movie and it ends up being a disappointment, right? Especially books coming to movies, there's just no way to do.
It's really hard to do it.
It's really hard to do a book in a movie because you don't have the time to devote to all the detail that gets in the book. And it's very similar with the play. I was worried that they would have to cut stuff out in order to make time reasonable, and so I was very, very worried.
I was very, very worried too, because how do you find actresses who can play these now iconic characters without being the same as Kristen Chenoweth and Idina Menzel? Make them their own, but still embody everything that is part of that show.
Yeah, 100%. So before we go on, there are going to be spoilers. If you haven't seen Wicked, don't want to have it ruined or something, feel free to skip ahead.
I haven't seen it yet.
Well, John, you're just going to have to not listen for a bit.
Deal.
Cold-blooded.
So, spoiler alert, spoilers are coming. We're going to talk about this for a few minutes. Skip ahead if you don't want to listen. Oh my God. From the first note, absolute perfection.
Freaking chord.
Every
that
time.
Chord.
So, one, I love the way that they did not cut anything from the musical.
Yes. And They did not add,
They added a little bit.
not songs.
They added a whole freaking section to One Short Day.
Okay, a section to a song is not the same as let's add an entire.
Correct. They did not do any like whole new songs, which I really appreciated. Stephen Schwartz, the composer who wrote all the music for Wicked on Broadway, worked on the movie as well, which I think was freaking huge to keeping it in true to Broadway,
true to form,
and very grateful that they did. But like because they did not cut anything, one that made me so happy. Like, oh my God, I was so happy. And the things that they added, I think were done so.
When you watch a Broadway show, you go into it knowing that there's going to be expositional pieces that are simply not going to be there. The time is not there. The format is not designed for that. So you don't have these expositional pieces, and you know that you're going to fill in the gaps.
Yes.
What they did, and that's actually one of the things that people struggle with musicals is how do you know how to fill in those gaps? How do you know how to fill in what all those pieces?
Mm-hmm.
So what they did add were those small expositional pieces that filled in the gaps for people who would, in theory, go see a Broadway show and be like, wait, what what's going on?
Exactly. And a couple of things that I really liked. So I have read the book, the Gregory Maguire book, Wicked, which is the true story of the Wicked Witch of the West that the musical is based on. It is incredibly different from what the musical actually ended up being.
Yeah, it's quite darker.
It's quite a bit darker, but there were a number of things that got brought in or got expanded upon from the book to help tell the story here in the musical. Mm-hmm. Like at the very beginning, when Elphaba is born, she's born green, her father shuns her, and then it's her nurse, I guess, who ends up really doing the majority of the raising, and that nurse is a bear.
Yeah.
Which gives Elphaba her affinity toward the animals.
Why she makes such
such a big deal of,
and why it's so important. Dr. Dillamond and the lion, and why those are not just like, okay, yeah, we should care about this, but
yes, we
why
should care about animals.
Emotional connection of like,
yes,
no, this is my family. These are the only people who took me in and accepted me for who I was and made me feel like I mattered.
Yeah, exactly. And so later when the animals start getting oppressed, we really see the her visceral reaction to that oppression, and now we understand why, which I think is so helpful. And then the whole backstory of the Grimmery, which gets just completely glossed over in the musical. Mm-hmm. So the Grimmery is a magic book of spells, right? And we hear just a little bit about it, but like the first time I saw the musical, I didn't even catch the name of this book. Mm-hmm. I had to do quite a bit of research before I finally were able to put the pieces together. Here, they added an entire section to the song One Short Day, explaining the entire backstory of Oz, of the Grimmery, and then of the wizard and how he came to Oz and became the wonderful Wizard of Oz. And I freaking love that it was told by Idina Menzel and Kristen Chenoweth, the two actresses who originated Elphaba and Glinda on Broadway.
Wait, but Kristen Chenoweth covering Ariana Grande's Mount McNutt. Shut up. This is my time.
Yeah.
This is my time.
Ariana Grande starts to sing, and Kristen Chenoweth puts a hand on her mouth.
Shell and I both lost our shit at that one.
Oh my gosh, I cracked up.
I have to say, like, I was hoping that they would bring
I knew they had to have them somewhere. I had no idea
and it was
where
a perfect
it was going
spot.
to be. It was so freaking perfect. And we got to hear them sing, which I like. Idina's voice, irrelevant of what she is singing, I adore her She's wonderful.
She can sing the phone book, and it would just be magnificent.
Absolutely.
Listening to Morgan Freeman read the phone book. I will still listen when Rapture because the voice is just so perfect.
Yeah, exactly. So we got to see them, but at the same time, they didn't overshadow the movie or anything else. It was just a beautiful Easter egg for all of the.
And that's exactly like it was an Easter egg.
Yeah,
it was
exactly.
truly an Easter egg for, like, if you've never seen it, if you know nothing about the Broadway show besides it was a thing, they're just two actresses. But if you know exactly what's going on, it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, and when I saw it, so for Prime members, Amazon did this thing where you could actually get a ticket for an early screening. So we got to see it the Monday before it actually came out to the general public. And so the people who were in there were all freaking super fans, because who else is going to find, like, going to bother with the early ticket, right? And so when they popped up, the entire fucking theater just absolutely went wild. It was amazing.
Oh God, I can only imagine.
The other moment that got me, I adore the song The Wizard and I, which is the I Want song. It's Elphaba's it's Elphaba's introduction. It's the first time we hear her sing. It is the song that I judge every actress on and kind of set my expectations for the rest of the show, because the first time we hear Elphaba sing, right? And Cynthia is a phenomenal talent. I was blown away.
I didn't realize she's one away from an EGOT.
Is she?
Yeah.
I
the only thing she's missing
I know
is the
nothing
Oscar.
about her.
I didn't either.
This might do it.
I know. If not this one, then definitely the second one. But yeah, she's only missing the Oscar.
Wow.
She has an Emmy, a Grammy, and a Tony.
She is phenomenally talented.
I knew almost nothing about her, but blew me away.
Yeah.
And honestly,
absolutely.
I was not sold on Ariana Grande.
I wasn't either. It was one
of those. I was like, this seems pandering to Gen Z. But you know what? She definitely made it work, and I was really impressed. Like, she definitely sounded a little bit more like and mimicked a little bit more of Kristen Chenoweth.
I thought so too.
And didn't make it quite as much as her own as Cynthia did.
Yeah.
But I definitely saw not Ariana Grande.
Yeah. 100%.
Still really, really well done. So as much as I walked in, I was like, I don't know about this.
Yeah,
really,
absolutely.
Really good.
But the moment that like got me, there were a number of moments, but during at the end of Wizard and I, when Cynthia just starts freaking belting, just so freaking pure, like I had an eargasm, no doubt. But we get to the end of the song, it wraps, and the theater broke into applause. Like,
yeah,
the theater was very good about being reasonable in containing our excitement. But when the moment she finished singing, everybody just started clapping, understanding that it's not a live show, it's a movie, and it's
not going to pause while you wait for the audience to get there.
Her performance was that good. It still called for it. It was amazing.
That one. As soon as I saw the sculpture of the wizard, I knew in Wizard and I. Yeah. Because I purposefully gave myself very, very little information. Like
you kept yourself from learning too much.
I didn't know who all the cast was. I didn't I
did the same. I had heard about Ariana Grande. I did not recognize the name of I did not recognize Cynthia. So I did the same. I tried to avoid learning too much so I could go into it fresh.
Yeah. But when like, I saw that they were going to have Peter Dinklage as, Dr. Dilliman, which I thought was amazing.
I didn't realize that was him until after. I thought he was amazing.
But the minute I didn't know he had to play the wizard. But the minute I saw that king carving on the wall, I was like, I started just like nudging Shelly. I just started nudging Shelly. I was like, she's just like, yeah, I know. I was like, oh my God. his face, like anytime they do a carving, it's so iconic.
It
It's just
is
like,
so
oh, I know
freaking iconic.
exactly who that is.
So freaking iconic.
Oh my god, I lost it there. Like, oh my god, they actually got Jeff Goldblum to do the fucking wizard. Oh my god.
And you know what? I hate that character every
Well, he's
time I
supposed to be
he
hated.
is supposed to be hated, no doubt. But like his songs are and the actors I have seen portray it have always been There's been one who I really enjoyed and maybe like actually empathize with the character, but most of the time I just really don't like the wizard.
Oh, I've never really empathized with him. He's just an ass.
One time out of the 8 or 9 times I've seen the show, one time I enjoyed Jeff Goldblum as the wizard.
It's that perfect balance of like, I'm attempting to be fatherly, but really, I'm just a sleazy ass con man, and I'm hoping like hell
Yeah.
nobody realizes it. So yeah, we're just gonna take advantage of this for as long as I can.
Exactly. Freaking exactly. Oh my gosh. The back to the first song.
No one mourns the
No One
wicked.
Mourns the Wicked. When so set design, absolutely freaking gorgeous. And in doing research afterwards, they built all of these sets. Like there was very little CGI. They actually freaking built Munchkin Land and planted an ungodly number of flowers to around
Oh yeah,
it.
the tulips.
The tulips.
They
That's
had
what it
these
was.
like they. It wasn't even just like they went to Holland to do the tulip farm. No, they
No,
planted
they
these tulips.
planted
I know.
like hundreds of thousands of tulips to do this
Just
scene.
that scene. And one scene.
And it was absolutely freaking gorgeous. But they did that song in Munchkin Land where just like in a town square and everyone's coming out and singing about hooray, she's dead. And the minute or when they brought out the effigy, drug out the effigy and then handed Glinda the torch to light it, and listening to the crowd cheering and singing her death, and then watching Ariana Grande like her face
it's just like, I have to do
looking
this.
at this
This is
effigy,
my best
knowing it's her best friend, and she has to play the part that
honestly
the Glinda the Good Witch part.
Scene, that whole that whole first song, watching her, that's what sold me.
Yes, 100%.
To not just embody the I'm Glinda, but to be like, this is what I agreed to do, and it's killing me. It is killing me that I have to do this because this is my best friend, and this is killing me. And that
yes, that was the first moment I cried in the movie. Like when watching her face as she lit the effigy on fire brought me to tears.
Yeah,
just freaking bravo. Holy shit. And we went and watched it again last weekend because I had to, and exact same thing, same moment. It got me again. Oh my god.
I think when Michelle's in town again for Christmas, she and I are going to go again because I have to. Unless hell freezes over and you guys are going to be in town in Christmas, and then you and I can go.
Yeah, not happening, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know.
But if you fly out to Maryland, we will totally go.
Yeah, I'll find time in that, along with ending one job, starting a new one, holidays.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like there's anything on my plate here.
Oh my gosh. And then we talked about One Short Day. I think it was amazingly done. I loved the we already talked about the backstory. I don't even want to talk about that again. But going Easter egg that I don't know if you caught it. The guy who is at the palace and the wizard will see you now. Him? That was Steven Schwartz.
I knew he looked familiar.
I missed it both times. I saw a video on it randomly on TikTok, and that was not on TikTok, on Instagram. That was how I figured it out. But oh my gosh, just one more Easter egg that was so freaking.
Yeah, I was wondering I'm wondering if they'll do it in the second one, but I was wondering if they were going to bring the original Fiyero actor.
I also am curious. Yeah,
the guy that they had during One Short Day who was doing the narrative.
Uh,
Shell and I
Bach?
had to look it up.
Is it Bach?
No, it was. I don't think it was Bach.
Who was he?
Um, the guy who was doing the narrative during the One Short Day.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Shell and I looked it up because it looked a lot like the original Fiero.
Oh, so you thought that's who that was?
Mm-hmm.
But it turns out it was not.
Mm-mm.
Interesting. Okay.
No, it's Michael McCrory Rose, and we thought it was
That's not a name that rings a bell for me.
no, it's why am I blanking on his name? It's another three name.
Yeah,
I'm blanking on it. It's driving me nuts. I gotta go look it up.
yeah. Norbert Leo Butz.
Norbert, yeah,
Yeah.
looked very similar. So I was wondering if it was going to be Norbert.
Yeah. Apparently not.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It's this other guy, but yeah.
Yeah. Can we talk about Defying Gravity?
I was in tears.
my son complained about it a little bit because he did not like the way that they kept breaking up parts of the song with action and dialogue, and he was very annoyed by it.
Yeah, that definitely did get me on a couple of spots.
But I mean, like in the Broadway show, they also break it up a little bit with action and dialogue, but not at the freaking climax.
Yeah.
But no, I really enjoyed her crashing through the window and falling in her attempt to fly for the first time. Yeah. And seeing the reflection of the girl she used to be as she's falling, and then catching the broom and taking off.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That whole sequence was just, and again, watching Galinda try and decide, do I go or do I stay? And you realize that she was going to go.
Yeah.
And got caught. And then she had to flip everything to protect both of them. And you just, I give Ariana Grande a lot of credit. I was not expecting amazing things.
Oh my God, I know it. That the climax of Defying Gravity. One, did you know they were singing live? I did not.
Yep.
Until like I looked it up after, because I thought there were several points where like, I think they're singing live, but I could not be sure. But they were singing live the entire freaking show, the entire freaking movie. And Cynthia was strapped into harnesses to film all of the flying scenes, singing live, and just absolutely freaking belting.
And not just singing,
belting in this harness.
This is not I'm just singing. This is
giving it everything. And oh my God, did she give it everything?
She does not get an Oscar nomination and a win for either this, or if they're going to do what they did for Lord of the Rings, they save it for the last one. I will be very, very grumpy.
Yeah, seriously.
Because
seriously,
this is what not musical theater, but musical movies should have the opportunity to be.
Yeah, 100%. The last time I saw a musical movie that did this to me was Greatest Showman.
Yep.
When I remember sitting in the theater, watch it, and lights go down, and then the previews are done, and it's getting ready to start, and the 20th Century Fox thing comes on, and it's it looks like 1800s kind of thing, right? Appropriate for the time period. And then the screen goes black and a different one comes up with the soundtrack and this heavy bass. Oh, God, the soundtrack's amazing. Like, I was grabbing popcorn and I literally stopped in my tracks, getting ready to throw popcorn in my mouth when that came on. My jaw dropped. I was like, oh, like, yeah. That was the kind of reaction I had to Wicked, and it was so satisfying Oh my, it was just absolute pure bliss. Like
Yeah.
I was so pleased with how it went, and thank you
It,
everyone who put that together. You did it
and I
justice.
didn't even realize that they were splitting it and doing
Act 1, Act 2.
Act 1, Act 2.
I think I'm glad they did because
I'm
it gave them the freedom
to
to
do it right.
do it right. Exactly. If they had tried to
Yeah.
cram it all into a 2.5 hour movie, I don't
It
think
would
they
have been
could have done it right.
horrible. It would have been horrible. I mean, what do you cut? How do you convey the relationship
Yeah, 100%.
where you go from loathing, unadulterated loathing? Like,
Oh my gosh, the
how do you go from
choreography
that?
in that song, I freaking
Oh,
loved it, with the students in the cafeteria and the syncopated dancing, the cutting the food and the tapping on the lunch trays. It
mm-hmm.
was
And then
amazing.
dancing through life with that library. I
Oh
mean,
my gosh,
beyond me
the
just
spinning parts
mhm.
of it. Oh, it was
Beyond
so
just the part
freaking
of me that's
cool.
like cringing every time they step and kick a book.
That annoyed me, no
But
question. But it was also
that
so in
it
character for
fit. It
Fierro.
fit. It was perfect for
Absolutely.
Fierro. He's like dancing through life, mindless and careless.
Yeah.
Like it
And we need
was
to talk about Jonathan
great.
Bailey.
He did amazing. Oh my god.
He did so amazing. So my wife is an enormous Bridgerton fan. I also love Bridgerton. It's a
I'm
lot
gonna
of
have to
fun.
start watching it just
You
because
need
he's
to.
gorgeous.
It's romance, right?
Well,
But it is a really well done romance series based on a series of books. They did it really well. Ashley adores it. I love it. But he is one of the main characters in Bridgerton, and I did not realize he was in Wicked when we came to see this.
mhm.
And holy shit, does this man have range? Like, British aristocrat in the 1800s is what he does on Bridgerton, and this is just so different. His dancing
Stick up
was
butt
so
compared to man who never had to stick up his butt in his life.
his dancing, his singing,
His acting.
his
Again,
acting.
that same thing of being like, yeah, I don't care about anything except all of these things that I really, really care about. And
Yes, I was very impressed. Every casting choice, I think, has just blown me away. It has been
yeah,
so much better than I expected it to be. I am so pleased. I cannot wait for part 2.
I know. So excited.
I fear it's going to be a year though, because I'm pretty sure it's
I
going to be this
know.
time next year when it comes out.
I think so.
I
I'm
hate
pretty
that.
sure that's what they're gonna do.
I think it is too. I don't think they're going to do this as a summer blockbuster, even though I
No.
would appreciate it if they did. I don't want to
Yeah,
wait.
yeah, I don't want to wait either.
Oh, okay. Anything else, or should we invite John back into the conversation?
Madame Morrible. Michelle Yout.
I did not know what to expect with her.
I didn't either, and I loved everything she gave.
Is she? Do you know? Is she a native English speaker?
I don't
There
know off the
were
top of my head.
there were ways that she pronounced words that made me wonder. Like she had learned the dialogue in that accent very deliberately,
Hmm.
but wasn't comfortable with a wide range of.
She's born in Malaysia. She's Hokkien and speaks English and Malay and then Chinese.
Okay,
So she's
it may just
she's she's a
be
polyglot.
she's a
So
polyglot.
I think it was a little bit of both.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was very much. By the way, dog.
I see the dog. Hi, pup.
Hi. Yes, is it dinner time? It is absolutely dinner time for puppies. Hi, sweetheart. Yes, I love you too. I think. Oh, and again, with what she does though in general, she's very, very deliberate
Mm,
in her speaking roles and like in
hmm.
everything that I've seen her in. She's very deliberate,
And that came across
and I think that's
in
the same thing
spades.
here.
Yeah.
And I think the other thing too is she does a lot of voice work,
Uh huh.
like a good, good chunk of her credits are voice work.
Interesting. Can you anything I would know? It looks like you're scrolling it.
Minions Rise of Gru. I'm trying to get it to
Really?
load and it's
Who? Who?
not. She voiced Master Chow.
Oh my gosh. That's hysterical.
It's not loading, bastard. Fine, we'll
Nah,
go to
that's all right.
wiki.
But yes, very much enjoyed her as well. And the transition from Alphaba's teacher, mentor, that role to immediately demonizing Alphaba as the Wicked Witch. And
She had everything. You could tell she had and again, this was something that they were able to play up because they had just a little bit more time and really able to play up so much of that subtlety of she was only looking for a scapegoat, someone who was either going to do what they wanted and could be turned into a scapegoat the minute it went wrong.
Exactly.
And
And
that's
she played that
exactly.
transition so beautifully.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, like it was chilling watching how like a light switch she flipped.
Just flipped it.
Yep. It was spectacular. Absolutely spectacular.
She was in Transformer: Rise of the Beasts,
I never saw that one.
Kung Fu Panda 2,
That checks out. As who?
um, Soothsayer.
Oh, no kidding.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, she's everything I've seen her in. I haven't seen her in a lot of her work, but everything that I have seen her in, she's so very deliberate in
Yeah.
what she
Yeah.
does.
Interesting. I think she nailed it.
And having that bringing that to Madame Morrible takes it from again just this I'm doing all the things to I am very, very deliberate in what I'm looking
Calculating.
for and calculating, and I have a plan, and
Yep.
I am working towards it, and I have contingencies ready to go the minute
Yes.
that something
Yes.
does not go the way
Exactly.
I want it to go.
Exactly. Freaking nailed it.
Yeah,
Absolutely
because
freaking
if she
nailed
didn't
it.
have that, the minute that Alphaba dragged in Kalinda, I was like, "Hey, no, you're doing this too." She's like, "Why? Okay, I know exactly where I'm going to place her. This I can put you in. Is this part of my plan?"
Oh, we need to talk about that. Dancing through life at the Ozdust.
Oh,
And when Alphaba walks in and when that moment when Glinda decides to do the right thing
mm-hmm.
and starts dancing with Alphaba and creates that acceptance. Oh my god, I was bawling.
Yeah.
It was so beautifully done.
Yeah. Release date November 21st next year.
November next year. Yeah, that's exactly what I figured.
Yeah, Thanksgiving.
Oh, that sucks. But oh well. It just means I'm gonna have to watch it a few times before then.
Exactly. I'm waiting for it to come out so I can buy it. Okay, one more thing that I absolutely love, and then we can
Yeah.
move on
Okay.
because I'm sure John is dying of boredom while he's folding
He
laundry.
may have fallen asleep.
um, the actress they got to play Nessa Rose,
Yeah.
Marissa Bodie, is a wheelchair user
I
in
was
real life,
curious.
and so is the actress they got to play young Nessa Rose.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was very impressed with the way that she handled the wheelchair, so that certainly explains it.
Well, and that the reaction to being pushed around.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is real. Like not just but I'm so glad that they found somebody who and cast somebody who knows how that feels
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and what that's like.
Yeah.
So yeah, according to Wikipedia, at the age of 11, became disabled following a car crash and has since used a wheelchair for mobility.
Well, that makes that
So
moment
to
even
to
more
to
special.
have somebody and to have not just the actress but also the actress that they had to play young Nessa, again, also a wheelchair user.
Yeah. I appreciate that attention to detail.
That's just and it just I don't know. There's so many actors and actresses out in Hollywood that are representative of so many different people in the world
Mm-hmm.
to use that and to intentionally do that. is just fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I'm getting chills all over again.
Okay, this is I have to read this. You can cut it or whatever.
Okay.
This is from Wikipedia. So
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
Uh,
Yes. No. Bodhi was announced that she'd play Nessa Rose, Elphaba's sister, making her feature film debut. She made history for being the first wheelchair user to play the character who also uses a wheelchair. Bodhi shared her excitement for the role and for being able to represent disabled women of color in the film. Quote, to be that representation for not only disabled people, but disabled people of color is so exciting and so surreal. She also praised the accessibility of the Wicked set, finding it to have been designed with the wheelchair user in mind. The set had a disability coordinator, Chantal Nassari, who is also a wheelchair user, who would visit sets before Bodhi to anticipate any issues that Bodhi might have around the set so they could be fixed beforehand. Director
nice.
John Chu stated that making the set accessible was one of the most enlightening and beautiful processes I've ever gone through. You need accessibility, not just when we're on set behind the scenes, but you need to be present. You need to present accessibility in Oz itself.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome.
Like, yes.
Where'd you read that from?
From Wikipedia. From
Wikipedia.
her Wikipedia bio.
Yeah, that's super cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's actually get into our topic. I have no idea how long this podcast is going to be. I have no idea how long we just talked. I'm not going to cut any of that.
Hold on. You
Hi,
assume
John.
I have no reaction to any of that?
Do you have a reaction to
dare
any of
you.
that?
I wrote things down.
Oh, John, join the discussion, please.
How you just
Are
assume
you
that
going to
I'm
start with what's a wicked?
uncultured swine that has not seen or heard of this?
John, have you seen the movie?
Oh no.
Yeah, okay.
No, the
Go ahead.
Broadway show or any of those things.
Yeah. Carry on.
Okay, so I did write down some reactions. Look, I to the fans that don't know, I'm not a huge fan of musicals. It's not because I simply don't like them. I just, for whatever reason, I have a problem. What?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Poor. No, I have a problem with the suspension of belief between the regular dialogue action and
then breaking into song.
Yes. For whatever reason, I can't bridge that gap. So it's nothing against it. It's not my cup of tea. So I have not seen it. I don't know what it's about. All such things. But you two seem to be very passionate about it. So I fully had planned to tease you a little bit, but I have the same reactions to certain things like Batman or Star Wars. So we all have our things. So we'll just leave that be. So I'm glad you two enjoyed it. I'm glad you two have that kind of passion for it. I do have some thoughts.
Go ahead.
So while you were doing that, I try to be productive. So I did some laundry, folded clothes, and did some dishes.
Well done.
I'm proud of you, John.
I don't like hearing the word effigy thrown around when I'm not paying attention. It makes me nervous, and I don't like it. So never again. I'd like some sort of warning next time. Thank you for that.
I'll do my best.
I took your advice. I have seen Bridgerton. Downton Abbey is better. I don't understand it.
Reasonable.
Downton Abbey.
I've not seen Downton Abbey yet, but Ashley likes it a lot.
You should try it.
Downton Abbey is kind of the not dramatized,
the non-sexy thing.
Yeah, basically.
I prefer the sex.
There is sex in Downton Abbey, but it's met with much scandal and like, oh my god.
Pearl clutching.
Exactly. That's the part. Well, you laugh. That's especially that time period. That's pretty much the perfect way to describe it.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I have seen gifs of Maggie Smith clutching her pearls from Bridgerton.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Does Jeff Goldblum at any point mention that life finds a way?
He does not.
Then I'm sorry, I can't get behind this film. That seems like I assumed it was in his contract.
I also have figured it was in his contract.
That's why I said sort of.
Why sort of, less?
Sentimental man.
Mm-hmm.
And what he's trying to create. It's a little bit about life finds a way.
See, my random crazy thoughts actually had some sort of root. I'm excited. On some legitimate meaning. No, these are just random things I was thinking about. I didn't obviously see the movie. I didn't even know Peter Dinklage was in it. I have found a new thing. My favorite thing for him is now on Audible. He plays Hercule Poirot in some of Agatha Christie's mysteries.
Does
he?
Really?
A fantastic job.
What?
Oh my gosh, I have to add those.
I'll send you. I shouldn't say some. I lied. It's one, but but it just came out, so I think they're looking for more. So I'll send you the link. He's amazing.
Yeah, send the link. I'd like to listen.
Yeah,
to that.
definitely, because that's fantastic casting choice.
He is beyond amazing. The first one is the Mysterious Affair at Styles. That's what I'm currently on now. Okay, again, where I drifted in and out.
Naturally.
Similar to effigies. Please don't say eargasm. Just I don't like it.
Why not?
I'm sure there was delightful context to it, but no, I'm sorry. That's on the list now.
Again, I will do my best.
And I'm not sure if she's a natural English speaker, but I can tell you for a point of fact, Michelle Yeoh is good at everything. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's acting, the Times crossword puzzle, or probably playing baseball. She's good at everything. It doesn't matter. There you go. Those are my thoughts on Wicked.
I appreciate it. You know what? That was honestly better, well thought out comments than I expected.
Really? Not the ramblings of a madman?
I was pretty much expecting the ramblings of a madman. So, well done, John.
Give the people what they want.
I do have more of a sense of what the film is about now, though.
Well, that's good. That's good.
So let me ask you this one question, and then if you want, we can move on.
Okay.
Do they sing the same song over and over again at random points?
No.
Excellent. So it will likely be.
It is better. It is so much better than Into the Woods.
I
cannot
Into the
even
Woods.
describe it.
Into the Woods.
Okay,
you should not have taken me to that movie.
Legit. I'm glad I did, because it gives me something to tease you about. But
you did. Honestly, the only musical I've ever been to was with you.
Okay, do me a favor. Watch Hamilton. On Disney.
It is on Disney.
Hold on. I'll watch what?
Hamilton.
Okay. I thought you said Hannibal.
I mean, watch that as
Hannibal
well.
Too.
But that is not a musical.
That on Disney?
Actually,
I think it is.
I think it is because it's through Hulu.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense.
You both need to watch Hannibal.
Yes.
What does that have to do with Wicked?
It's amazing. It's so pretty. The dead people are so pretty.
Thank you. That's what I was waiting for.
Like they were attractive before, or you know what?
Like
no, never mind.
You don't want to know the answer.
I don't want to know.
You don't want to know the answer to that.
Withdrawn. Never mind. I do not want that explained. No. But I am legitimately glad you two had a good time.
Yeah, and I'm glad it was better than Into the Woods. I would have been so freaking mad if it was the same quality as Into the Woods.
Hate that freaking movie. Heather, I remember we went to see that together, and Heather asked me if I was okay. I was like, it's just one long song.
It was just one long song.
2 hours long.
And the number of times that they say the words Into the Woods annoys the shit out of me.
Yeah.
But no, I like I said, I've only been to one actual show. You took me to go see, me and my wife to go see the Book of Mormon. That's the only one I've seen.
I forgot about that.
Yes, the only one I've seen.
Oh my gosh, that
exceeded expectations.
That remains one of my top 5 favorite musicals.
My question is, if Kay wants to bother with the remainder of the show.
We have to bother with the remainder of the show.
Otherwise, how will you know what to get your favorite hunter in your life?
Exactly.
Yay!
Like, this was going to be like we planned for this episode to be timely and appropriate and really a chance to talk about haunting stuff that we really like.
you lied to yourself the second I knew you two were going to talk about Wicked. Like, this is going to go over, or we'll just have to do it the rest another time.
We're going to do it. We are here. God knows when we'll be able to get together again. So we are going to do it. Whether I end up breaking this into 2 episodes to actually publish, that's a different question.
I still think
that's a different question.
Think you owe it to the fans to release those Marvel review episodes. Did I say?
One day.
I feel like we should at least get to the end and get to like the first Avengers.
One day.
How many of those did we get to?
4?
I think we got to the first Avengers. I think.
I don't think so. I don't think we did.
I think we did.
I'm not even sure. Did we? I don't think we did. I don't even think we got to Cap.
I think we got to Cap.
We definitely got to Cap. No, we definitely got to Cap.
I remember making a comment about the kiss in the car just while the giant aircraft is flying.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you a kiss.
For anyone listening, during the pandemic,
we really confused. We apologize in advance for any confusion. This truly is a Halloween podcast.
Okay, I'm not sidetracked. That's true. There are some new people listening who are like, this is misleading.
This is so misleading. We're going to get a bunch of people who like Wicked to listen to the podcast, and then they're going to listen to our next episode and be like, "The happened?"
This is supposed to be Broadway.
So, but Kay, if you want to get that listenership up, you can post the episode. Just tag Wicked.
Wicked.
I am absolutely tagging Wicked. I am absolutely.
But
I'm actually going to take the clip, like the video clip of us talking about Wicked, and put that on our YouTube, completely separate.
Can you make sure that my profile is in there?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, I will.
Maybe you should put the Halloween part first when you do some editing.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Anyway,
I'll put a note in the show notes. Start here if you don't want to listen to Wicked.
There you go.
And there we have it. I hope you enjoyed our discussion about Wicked. We certainly enjoyed having it. I left it all in there. I'm not going to say anymore. In the meantime, definitely go check us out at hauntingyou.com, and you can find actual episodes talking about Halloween and the Haunting You method and all of the things that you actually come to the Haunting You podcast for. You can find all of that on hauntingyou.com, and of course our YouTube at Haunting You, or Instagram at Haunting University, Facebook.com/HauntingYou, just the letter U. We hope to see you again for our regular episodes. Definitely go check out episode 90 as soon as it is published to hear all of the cool products that we think would make great holiday gifts for the haunters in your life. From all of us here at Haunting You, we hope to see you in a future episode. Happy haunting. We are incredibly grateful to all the sponsors who make this show possible, especially our premium sponsors, the Chamber of Haunters, Fear Expo, and VFX. You can learn more about our premium sponsors by checking out their websites, chamberofhaunters.com, fearexpolive.com, and vfxcreates.com. Check out our website, Haunting You, for more information on everything that we do. Haunting You is a production of the Rocky Mountain Home Haunters, LLC. All audio clips and sound effects are used under a Creative Commons Attribution or Public Domain license from Purple Planet Music at purple-planet.com or the Sound Bible at soundbible.com. Please see the show notes for more information on all the clips used in this episode. And now, as a bonus to the bonus, if you've ever wondered what happens during one of our commercial breaks, well, I finally caught it on the recording. Enjoy.
Give me a high five. Just a good girl.
Les, do you need to feed a puppy before we go on?
I need to feed a puppy, 2 puppies and 2 kitties. So
okay, go feed.
Okay.
I'll fill up my water. We'll meet back here in like 5 minutes.
Okay, sounds
okay.
Good.
Not hang that there. That sounds like a terrible idea.
It is a terrible idea. I left. I think they assumed that I wasn't going to leave, but I'm still here, guys. So we'll take some calls. See if anybody has any questions. So lines are open. Yes, indeed. It's a toll-free number. Won't cost you a thing. Lines are open. I know it's it's kind of a later time. We certainly don't have the the numbers to give drive time. So it makes it a lot harder to get a lot of those good calls. But yeah, lines are open. Anything you guys want to talk about, so haunting related. We can still talk about the musical. I can give you my 2 cents. It probably will not be nearly as educated as what they did. But yeah, let's do this. Let's chat. Let's have a good conversation. How are you? What are you doing? You out there, Jeff? Doing okay? Did you call your mother recently? She'd love to hear from you, Jeff. All right. Anyway, keep it going. Lines are open. This is unfortunate. I did have kind of a lot of chores to do. Unfortunately, I completed all of them during their conversation about Wicked, which I didn't see coming. So now I sort of find myself without anything to do. So we're pretending to host a fake radio show for the podcast. So that's kind of where we find ourselves. I truly thought my headphones would have died by now. So, Kay, when you go back and listen to this, when you ask why, when you ask yourself, why is he doing what is I don't know. I have nothing. I got nothing. Just seemed like the thing to do. So yeah, like I said, lines are open for our big show. Oh, he's back. Oh, he's back. We're going to pretend that happened. Oh, no, he left again. Okay. So now the viewing audience can get some kind of play-by-play. I say a viewing, listening audience. Ah! Oh. Wasn't a spider. Okay, we're good. It doesn't even have to be about hunting. If you guys want to talk, we could talk about some current movies out there. We could talk about some sports. I don't want to talk politics. That's too divisive. Let's not do that. Let's not go there. I'm trying to think what's in the news. Like I said, if for those fans out there listening to this, you need to tag Keoni Hutton and the rest of the Haunting You team at Hunting University on Instagram, facebook.com/hauntingyou. You can also go to our website, hauntingyou.com. I can't remember if that's right. Okay, well, let us know. He's back.
Have you just been talking continuously since I left?
What makes you say that?
Well, I walked in twice, and both times the green box was around your video feed, saying that you were talking.
That's probably background noise.
Ah, okay.
As you're screaming.
Oh, well, I mean, I can't hear him screaming.
Well, I closed the door. Anyway,